I love creating the podcast. If you have enjoyed the episodes in any way, the best way to support me is my subscription link. For as little as $3 a month, you can help support the time and production cost included in producing the podcast.
My name is Barbara Ann Briggs, and I am a certified teacher of Transcendental Meditation and also the author of 2 books, Pilgrimage on the Path of Love, a novel of visionary fiction which has been hailed as the perfect amalgamation of spiritual awakening and self-discovery. I'm also the author of The Contribution of Maharshi's Vedic Science to Complete Fulfillment in Life. I'm a poet and a freelance journalist with numerous articles published in many different parts of the world. In this podcast, The Essence of Life, we will begin to understand the meaning of what is actually the essence of life. If you enjoy this podcast, please click the Support the Show link after the show notes and consider making a monthly donation. You may also go to the donations page on my website. The subject of today's podcast is reawakening the feminine power on earth. Today we are witnessing the innate power of the feminine principle of life, reawakening on earth. The feminine power is preparing to reclaim its ability to harmonize, heal, and create balance between the opposing forces of nature, such as the creative and destructive force. The feminine power is characterized by understanding, empathy, compassion, partnership, patience, softness, and love. When these feminine qualities are energized on earth, we will witness a resurgence of interconnectedness between nations, cultures, and religions. Nations will begin a mutually enriching dialogue which will foster shared interests, mutual growth, and a fruitful interchange of ideas. The political differences between nations will cease to divide people and countries. The rise of the feminine indicates the rise of a broader, more all-inclusive frame of reference. The feminine nature is altruistic, empathetic, nourishing, and supportive to life. The male principle equates with the need to dominate, with a propensity to use force to achieve one's aims, irrespective of the damage it causes to others. The male principle is more aggressive, rule-dominated, inflexible, harsh, and unyielding. Today we are witnessing the unbridled capacity of technology to destroy. There is an urgent necessity to turn to the feminine principle of nurturing, to heal the wounds in the psychophysical ecosystem of the earth. It is time to reconstruct the broken wings of our destiny so we may soar once again into the open skies of peace, beauty, love, and joy. It is the delicate, soft, flexible, and harmonizing nature of the feminine principle that has the power to heal the scars inflicted by the ravages of war in the psyche of humanity. I'd like to read you a quotation from the Tao Te Ching by Lao Tzu, and I quote, "The spirit of the feminine does not. It is called the mysterious feminine. The doorway of the mysterious feminine is called the root of heaven and earth. Lingering like gossamer, it is only a hint of existence, and yet when you draw upon it, it is inexhaustible." End quote. There's another beautiful quotation by Alphonse de Lamartine about women, and I quote, "God has placed the genius of women in their hearts because the works of this genius are always works of love." End quote. Maharishi Mahesh Yogi has enumerated the fundamentals of womanhood. These fundamentals of womanhood are love, devotion, health, beauty, intelligence, comprehension, creativity, communication, stability, flexibility, purity, patience, harmony, partnership, happiness, fullness, strength, gentleness. And I'd like to read you a beautiful quotation about women by Maharishi Mahesh Yogi. And I quote, "She is always the first to serve the good, pure, and divine. It is her dharma to maintain beauty, charm, grace, peace, and harmony. If woman falls from dharma, then war and pestilence prevail. The destiny of the world is in the hands of woman. Woman is the creator. She has beauty, charm, grace, and wisdom. She has her hand in the hand of God. If it were in the hands of mothers, the world would never have gone into suffering, into ignorance. The dignity of a woman's life is infinite, her status immeasurable, her capacity unbounded, her role divine. She fulfills the role of the sustainer, creator, and promoter of life. She is that focal point from which radiates serenity. In the fast-changing world of today, her vision penetrates into the far beyond, the reality which endures beyond change." End quote. By nature, women are more in touch with the inner silent levels of their psyche. They rely more on their intuition, while men rely more on their rational, analytical skills. Today we need to turn to the inner resources of the heart and move in the direction of love, compassion, and universal brotherhood. This reorientation of life can be managed by women. By nature, women are more refined, more receptive to change, more supportive to life. Women are the caretakers, the mothers, the nurturers, the healers and protectors of life. I'd like to read you a quotation from a poem by T.S. Eliot called Ash Wednesday. "Blessed sister, holy mother, spirit of the fountain, spirit of the garden, suffer us not to mock ourselves with falsehood. Teach us to care and not to care. Teach us to sit still, even among these rocks, our peace in his will. And even among these rocks, sister, mother, and spirit of the river, spirit of the sea, suffer me not to be separated, and let my cry come unto thee." End quote. The reawakening of the feminine principle on earth means creating balance between the inner and outer aspects of life, between the spiritual and material aspects. It enables us to re-enliven our intimate bond with Mother Earth. We begin to listen to her heartbeat, her messages, her warning signals, her sighs, her tears, and her laughter. Mother Earth is an extension of our body. She nourishes us with food. By nurturing and protecting the earth, we protect ourselves from famine, drought, floods, earthquakes, and destruction. We must begin to distinguish between our desires and our needs. If our desires surpass our needs, we must rein them in before they wreak havoc on the environment. No more can we be content to live our lives in the mad pursuit of wealth. We must realize that true abundance begins within, in our thoughts, in our hearts, in our ability to give. Wealth increases when it is shared. Life is not lived when it is sacrificed in the name of money or possessions or name and fame. Life is lived when it multiplies goodness, truth, and beauty. Individual life is truly lived when it protects and nourishes the life of all living beings. The reawakening of the feminine principle is rising up to restore wholeness and heal the earth. I invite you to subscribe to this podcast so that we can share many more episodes related to unfolding the very essence of life. And I look forward to many more episodes in which we embark upon the quest of self-knowledge together. A new episode will be uploaded every 2 weeks. You are also invited to go to www.barbaraannbriggs.com to learn more about my work. Until next time, very best wishes.